until Game 5. Detroit's defense dominating right now. The Cavs keep fighting back. James Harden again in rhythm. Back and forth they go. Cunningham knocks it down. Just too good. So we're going to overtime. Donovan Mitchell, huge three-pointer. On the turnover, Strus comes up with it. Inside of Mitchell, banks it home. The Cavs get that elusive road win and now take a 3-2 lead here in the series.
Hello, welcome to First Take, everyone. Stephen A. is here with me. I am Shay Cornett. Kendra Perkins is going to join us as well. Hi, Perk. Good morning to everybody. How are we doing? A smug look. Why?
There's no smug look. I mean, I'm good. I'm in a very good mood. I'm here in New York City. I don't like getting stuck in traffic, but I'm here. You know, but as it pertains to my man Big Perk, I'm highly offended. I'm highly offended. He was here yesterday. You understand? Well, I know he went home to see the kiddies. I understand. But my point is this. It's bad enough that you gone, Big Perk. What you should have done instead of going home was stay here and bring my man Mr. Carter here. That's what I'm saying. See, he got this little kid. You know what I'm saying? He got a bunch of kids, but it's this little one that's very, very special and near and dear to me. You understand what I'm saying? That I miss. I haven't seen my man Carter. You understand what I'm saying? Out there beating up kids on the basketball court, imitating his daddy, playing ball. But Uncle Steve misses him. You understand? So next time, instead of going home, you understand? You need to talk to the missus and need to make sure that the missus bring Carter here. I want to see Carter here. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, the thing is, I needed to fly home so I could build up my mileage points so I could have enough points to book him a flight next time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That is so damn cheap. What are you, Kendrick Orlovsky? With your cheap ass self? I mean, come on.
All right.
Let's go, man.
I understand. It is expensive to fly with kids. You're always dogging everyone about the flights. Okay. All right, let's go to the East. We got some situations going on in the playoffs. What a game last night. The Cavaliers beat the Pistons in overtime to give Cleveland now the 3-2 series lead and a chance to close it out on Friday at home. The Pistons led by 9 with 3 minutes to go, but the Cavs came back, went on a 13-0 run that bled into overtime. Donovan Mitchell had 21, but James Harden had 30. The Cavs won their first road game in these playoffs. However, the Pistons did seem to feel a little slighted after the conclusion of the game. Just before the end of regulation, both Jarrett Allen and Asar Thompson were going for the ball. It looked as though Allen tripped Thompson. No foul was called. Ball went out of bounds, which sent the game into overtime. Here's J.B. Bickerstaff on the no call at the end of regulation.
Did they give you a reason why there was no foul call on Jarrett Allen on that trip?
He fouled Asar. It's bad. I mean, clear. He trips him when he's going for a loose ball. In the game situation, you know, that's tough.
From where I said, it also looked like a foul. I don't know that it would have determined the outcome of the game, but nonetheless, do you think Detroit was robbed by a no foul call, Perk?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm glad Tony Brothers didn't call the foul. Nobody want to see the game end on a call like that. Let the players decide the game, not Tony Brothers. And if JB is going to be complaining about anything, he need to be complaining about the lack of production that he's getting from his bigs, that he's not getting from his bigs when it comes to, you know, Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart. I don't want to hear that. You're at home. You at home. The worst case scenario, you went into overtime. You should have enough energy. You should have enough pride to finish that game. I'm glad they didn't call that because I didn't want to see that game end in that matter.
Well, listen, I'm not. I will say this to you. Let me correct myself. I don't want to see the game end like that either. But we're not going to get on JB about it like he did something wrong by pointing that out. It was clearly a foul. He was tripped, Big Perk. And it was the end of regulation, and Asar Thompson could have went to the free throw line and won the game. You certainly don't want to win the game on that play, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. The fact of the matter is it did happen. That was a foul. It should have been called, and as a result, Detroit would have been in a position to win the game. Now, nobody's making excuses for Detroit. You were up 15 points in the first half. You were up 9 with 3 minutes left. You should not have lost this game. There never should have been an overtime. All of that is true, and I get that part. But still in all, the game has to be played. And in the process of the game being played, that was clearly a foul. It should have been called. It wasn't called. And considering the age of technology, the fact that calls are checked and double checked and stuff like that, and Tony Brothers didn't make that call, that was kind of egregious. I mean, it's an incredibly important thing. Now you're the Detroit Pistons. Instead of going to the free throw line and closing the game out because that's a game you should have won and you didn't, now you're down 3-2 having to go back to Cleveland and you're in a bad spot. And again, you brought that on yourself for the most part because of what you let Cleveland come back from. And especially, like Big Perk said, the lack of production from your bigs. Evan Mobley for the Cavs, 16 points, better than 50% shoot from the field over the last few games. He's been balling. Jared Allen and him been doing their thing. They combined for like 35 points, 18 rebounds last night. They've been doing their thing. You're not getting that level of production from your bigs in Detroit. I understand it. I get it. And obviously, they deserve to lose this game based on those components. But that one play, there is no way that should have been a no call. That should have been a call. There's no way around that.
Perk, I think we can all agree no one wants to see a playoff game end on free throws, but it did look like a foul. Now, is that something JB Bickerstaff should be mad about at the end of the game when you let a lead get blown away and you had a lot of missed opportunities, especially by Cade Cunningham? I don't know. But nonetheless, it did look like a foul, no?
Yes.
Perk?
Go ahead, Perk. Go ahead, Perk.
Look, I mean, listen, I don't know. It did at some point, but my thing is you got two guys going after a loose ball. Neither one of those guys had control over the ball. So Thompson, it's not like he had possession. They were both going for a loose ball. So my thing is he didn't have full possession of that ball. I just at that point in time, you cannot make that call. That's a great no call. Let the game be won between the lines and decided by the players. And so, Stephen A., I'm trying to get it because I don't think you answered the question. And I don't like when you get to straddling the fence.
I'm straddling the fence. I wasn't. Well, listen. That play happened at the end of regulation, right? If he goes to the free throw line and he hits the free throw, they win the game, right? So yeah, they were robbed. But in the end, I'm just saying, you know what? There's such a thing as being robbed, and there's another thing as deserving to be robbed because of how you conducted yourself. You were up 15 in the first half. You were up 9 with 3 minutes left. So you sort of deserved it, but it doesn't negate the fact that you weren't robbed. But by the way, while you're sitting up there looking on national television, telling me you need me to answer the question, ain't you the one that just a few seconds earlier when Shay asked you said, oh no. Oh, no. That would be you. Don't talk about me straddling the fence. That would be you right there, which I understand. That's what happens when you back home. That's what happens when you didn't get Mr. Carter here. That's what happens when you didn't get him in front of Uncle Steve. Bro. You did that to yourself. You understand? You deserve this, so just sit back, keep a cool booty, and relax. You understand? And let's get to the next subject.
Uncle Steve is what I haven't heard yet. Okay, let's go to the other side of things. Let's go to the Cavaliers. Look at James Harden.